What's up guys, welcome back to the workshop. Excited to be back in here, excited to have you here with me. Today what we're gonna do is work on a picture frame jig. I've been making a lot of picture frames, a lot of very special picture frames, and I'm happy to announce that I created an Etsy and I've got some handmade art on there. So go check that out. I will link that down in the description. I'm really excited about it. I think they're really cool. So go check them out. If you were lucky enough to see the shadow box video, I only had that up for like a couple days, realized it was a good idea, took it down, that kind of thing. Thanks for checking that out, and go have a look at the finished product. So, picture frame jig. This is what I've got right now. We'll check this. This is my Franken jig, and first things first, we need to run to the store, grab some materials, because we're gonna make the ultimate version of this. It's gonna be awesome. Check it out. So this is what I've been working with. This guy right here is basically a copy of David Picciuto's version he made on Make Something TV. I'll link that description in the video as well. That's a really good jig, and that's what I copied here. You can see I've got like this little weight carrier, because here's my biggest problem. I make the cut, I come back, and the jig does this. Unless I have it like really close to the blade, which, you know, I don't like putting my hands that close to the blade. This thing won't shut off if I cut a finger off. Bad. But it's got the stop system, and I got it perfectly square, and this is gonna be the secret to getting it perfectly square. This guy right here is an aluminum framing square, and we're gonna put one of those on this new jig. Now my idea for the new jig is to have something that covers a big amount of my table saw, that won't tip back like this when I bring it all the way back, and I don't have to set a weight on this like little weight carrier thing I've made. So, it's the same version, it's the same idea, measuring the rabbet, having a stop block, perfect cuts every time. The first things first, get a big piece of plywood put on this table, make sure it's square to the fence, because we're gonna use our fence to square everything up according to the blade in the aluminum framing square. Let's do it. So I've got the base of my sled made. As you can see, I didn't have a big enough piece of plywood to make this rectangle that I wanted. So what I ended up doing was taking two pieces, gluing them together in the middle, and then attaching them with some pegboard. And I'm glad I did that, because the pegboard kind of creates less resistance than normal plywood would, so it slides nice and easy. Now, the next thing we need to do is take our rails. These are just hardwood strips that fit down the rails of your table saw. Really easy to make, or you can go buy some from, I think Rockler sells some, Craig, something like that. We're gonna do the old penny super glue trick to put these on there. We'll line it up with our table saw fence, and I want the blade right down the middle. We should have a decent sled after that. Then we'll start adding the aluminum framing square. Alright, it's a little tight. We'll fix that. I'm just gonna sand those, but overall, I like the fit. And it goes over my outfeed table because I don't have slots in there. This is gonna work perfect. Alright, so I took some just 1/4-inch plywood here and cut out a triangle, made it 45 degrees from the fence. It's not perfect, but that's okay. All this is going to do is just give us space to put our guide under. Now, the next step, which is the most important part, and what I'm calling the secret of a perfect picture frame sled, is you're going to take your aluminum framing square. If it's steel, not good. You can cut aluminum with your regular circular saw blade. Now, leave it at a 90-degree angle. And what we're going to do is we're going to mount it exactly 45 degrees from our fence, which is parallel to our blade. Once we get it secured, then we're gonna cut through it. And because it's secured at a 90, we know that it'll be 45 on each side. So if you take any time on any of these steps, this is the one to do it, because you gotta get this right. And if you get this right, you'll have perfect miters every time. Alright, so the sled's done. We've got our sandpaper down on there. We've got our stop block attached. Cut these up into a square. Let's see how she fits. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Really pleased on how this thing came out. As you can see when I bring it back, no more tipping backwards. My fingers are nice and far away from the blade. I don't have to worry about it falling. I still have that stop block and I still have my perfect 45-degree angle. So really, really pleased. And hopefully you got something out of this too. I know there's a lot of picture frame jigs out there. If you liked it, shoot me a like down there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get the notifications every time a new video is out. Also do me a big favor and go check out my Etsy page. I've got some stuff up there in the shop. Check it out, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. As always guys, trust your guide and we'll see you next time.